Yeah.
When I look at my life right now and I ask myself, which political party has made my life worse? It's not the Republican Party. Locally speaking, the Democrats have complete control and they have nearly destroyed my family's livelihood. Okay, we are living in trash and squalor everywhere. And unless the Democratic Party actually acknowledge these issues and solve these issues, rather than stealing our taxpayer money and funneling it to their nonprofit friends, they keep doing this, they're going to keep losing. And I'm going to keep speaking out against them. I don't care how much they hate Trump. I don't care how naughty the Republicans are being. Right now, the people having a negative impact on my life is the Democratic Party, and they need to change their ways. When we say we want to change the status quo, it doesn't mean we want to live in anarchy. It doesn't mean that we want to have $24 billion of our taxpayer money in California stolen by these nonprofits. It means that we want working people to be rewarded for their hard work. We want affordable housing. We want better working conditions, higher wages, better health care. These are things that Democrats used to purport to want to do. They don't do any of it anymore. And so I'm done with them until they change their ways.
Yeah, I completely understand it.
I think they're an absolute mess. I think that what they did during this election against Donald Trump was nothing short of pathetic.
Yes, after spending years bashing Trump supporters, Anna Kasparian is in regret. When I watched the whole video, I think last week I did a similar video like this where she was in tears. She is regretting looking her life like the Democrat Party destroy her. A lot of people actually mock her. Some went back into her old videos. Like, this is you. You made a lot of money through this means. Now, because you realize that part is not giving you money, you are changing your mind. You want to now please Trump supporters because they no longer give you money. Yes, on the other hand, Smith is actually doing something similar. He has been going off on Democrat, especially what happened to Kamala, Oprah, and the rest. Smith is not holding back.
I think they're an absolute mess. I think that what they did during this election against Donald Trump was nothing short of pathetic. And they have to really, really go back to the drawing board and look in the mirror and take a long, hard look at who they are and whether or not they are truly the representatives of the people, because right now they're not. The Democratic Party for decades has been seen as somebody that was connected to the working class. Somehow, some way during the Trump campaign, the Republicans stole that from them. And what happens is that, too much hypocrisy is going on, too much leaning towards the extreme left. America, as I think is the case with most of the world, are predominantly centrist. You're centrist, you're center left or you're center right, which means that you might have your proclivities, you might have your tendencies, you might have your preferences, but ultimately you want everybody to get along and you want to be able to talk with one another, communicate with one another, conduct business with one another, engage in compromising, etc. And unfortunately, we didn't see that from the Democratic Party. They complained about it from the right. Then when they got hold of power, they leaned to the extreme left, started engaging in a bunch of nonsense where you're operating on the fringes. The Democratic Party put themselves in that position because the reason, in my opinion, why Trump really won the election is because as chaotic and as divisive as he may be, he was considered closer to normalcy than what the left was forcing us to inhale, if you can believe that, in the United States. And so when that happened and you saw America stand up and you saw, even though he might have lost New York and California, he didn't get 50% of the popular vote, he still won the popular vote, he still won the Electoral College vote. There were blacks, there were Latinos, there were women, and of course white folks, all increasing in their numbers in terms of supporting him compared to what they did in 2020. That is the ultimate indictment against the Democratic Party. And then they tried to guilt us into voting for them by saying, oh, misogyny must be it. You're not voting for her because she's a woman. That made no sense. They voted for Hillary in 2016. She won the popular vote in the United States. Where was the women issue then? Stop it. You lost. because you didn't. I'm not talking about Kamala Harris. I'm talking about the Democratic Party. You lost because you didn't do what you were supposed to do. And as a result, you alienated the American public and turned them against you. You brought it on yourself.
They have a similar message. I don't know if they will follow this all through. Some says they're doing this for money. They flip flop. When they see that it is going their way, they change the tone. This sends me what I saw with him last year is totally different from what I'm observing now. They're like chameleons. At least they are changing. I don't want to judge them. When I look at the whole situations and what people are saying, particularly to these people, it is extremely concerning. Because Trump won, a lot of people have realized themselves. They now think what they did to the past, we should forget that. The wounds are there. It will be difficult for people to change their minds, no matter how they try. When you start something, know that what you are doing, you'll be able to follow through. People who usually watch these people are not on the internet right now. Reasons they are switching their tone. At first, when you look at it, Trump supporters were there, Democrats were there. When Trump won, Democrats left the internet. They are not on the internet. The only people left, Trump supporters. Reasons you see why these people are acting like this.
Last night at the Patriot Awards, I think we got a clip. He was doing the Trump dance, and I'm sure you've seen that evolve over the last. As you look right there, how do you describe your husband's dance moves?
Oh, this is very special and unique dance.
It is, right?
And I think a lot of people are copying it, and everybody have fun with it.
Yeah.
Which part? Is this how you dance?
No.
Which part of the Trump dance? Did you give him any tips? Like in the beginning, it was low, and then it was up high, and now there's a golf swing.
No, he's coming all on his own.
Have you ever done the Trump dance? You are Mrs. Trump.
I did not.
So I guess you're not going to start today.
You can practice. So, Melania Trump, great to see you.
Good morning. Thank you. Good morning.
I guess the first thing is congratulations. How has your life changed over the last 3 weeks? It's not so new, but we've never had this happen, a president leave and come back in, 80 years?
Yeah, it's incredible, and we are very, very busy. The life is the pace of it, the transition team. I'm establishing my transition team, and also working on my office, putting my office together, and also, organizing the residents and packing, and it's incredible what you need to do when in that situation.
Wow, that was beautiful. I want to say this before I end this video. If you notice, news is slow. The past few days, I'm not able to put up videos like I do before, but I'm trying my best every single day to even put up one. I don't just want to post videos because I feel as to I like to put clips that are meaningful to inform you on things you don't know. I want to appreciate people that continue to support me, share out my videos. God bless you abundantly.
It's a very good chance of that.
Many years ago. Then the decisive result of this election gives us not just an answer to the question as to what Americans want to do along those lines, it also gives us a really big to-do list.
Let's keep validating the same outlets that continuously undermine us at every single turn.
Dear Mon Pa MAGA.
United States.
It was an excellent conversation.
Justin Trudeau broke the border. We didn't have these problems before Justin Trudeau.
Does anybody else think it's funny how Donald Trump has officially done more for Canada and he's not even in office yet?
I had a good call with Donald Trump last night again.
Trudeau is at the end of his time.
The Prime Minister dances while Montreal burns.
Max officers and the Prime Minister was nowhere to be found.
Justin Trudeau tweeted,
to Taylor Swift, asking her to add a stop of her Eras tour in Canada.
Have a nice Sunday. Doing this. That's what she did.
NBC News can now project that Donald Trump has won the state of Wisconsin, which means he is the winner of this race and will return to the White House.
And Donald Trump will be our next president.
Donald Trump will become the 47th president of the United States.
CNN projects that Donald Trump has been elected president, defeating Vice President Kamala Harris and making a political comeback unlike any in modern American politics.
You know what? Donald Trump likes my music.
Please register to vote.
Look at this. She's only up by 15 points.
Got Taylor Swift.
Yeah, this song is kind of...
Donald Trump wins, I'm going to be out of the country.
I will move to Spain.
But I mean to coming to your country if you'll let me in.